We do our pre-show 3-0 predictions in a document. Shogun, he wrote in Oxygen 3-0, then he saw that they were losing and he changed it. So really, as Karma, you should have stuck to your gut. You should have just stayed with the prediction. You've learned your lesson.
In my defense, I'm going to completely deflect. And oh, hey, look at Zamway's name.
Yeah, that is quite the name he's got. Oh, what the shot that was early on.
That'll work.
Well, like I said earlier, you know, a few of these players today are going to be playing for the Epic launcher where they have just got variations of their name and it's not editable like it is on Steam. So we're looking at ZAMUACIC. Very nice.
I believe that's copyright. You have to say the copyright each time.
I have to say the full word copyright. Yeah. You know what? Giants.
If you're up for the challenge, I'll follow you with it.
I'm not going to give that. That's going to be too much. Can you imagine trying? I'd love to see that on, you know, the Spanish casting stream where they just yell the name of the player who scored every time a goal goes in. They would probably have a field day with that. Oh, this is their moment. Samway makes it 1-0 for Giants. Substitute edition. And I'm already doubting. I'm thinking, oh, not again, Oxygen. Surely not. Surely this isn't the start of their slippery slide down the slope to defeat for the 3rd regional in a row. Early days yet, but that's impressive start. First minute from Giants looks legit.
I mean, the only way I could feel better, Johnny, is if that neither of the options were correct. Or if Barca just win. But you know Vitaly are playing well, but I haven't even considered that as an option so far. Astral gonna keep himself going. That is such a good air dribble. And he's got it over to Farah. What a play by the Belgium.
He had to start off that air dribble from a standstill. He got so much distance on it, and Farah was right there with him. Really nicely done for the finishing touch. I think that was necessary. It looked like the defender was going to save that on the goal line. So important that Giants, or rather that Oxygen, were able to respond quickly here. It's all about confidence for them. It's all about momentum. We know that they're good enough on paper. We know that they're good enough, at least in terms of how the top teams in Europe rank each other. Everybody rates Oxygen. They just can't show up on this stage, at least until now. But as long as they can keep their confidence up, especially Chaussette, he's, you know, for me, the one who's the most swingy when things are going wrong. You know, Oxygen have got it all under control here with Wolf being subbed in. No disrespect to him, but, you know, to come in this late in a split and to compete at this level is just so difficult.
He's got the DMs open already to Arju from last season. He's
tips, advice.
Gonna help me out here, lad.
What do I do?
Still, has definitely historically a good record, actually. More positive than negative, actually, when it comes to substitutes. Turbo Pulsar probably being the most high-profile substitute of all time.
Yeah, and Overzero as well, sub-world champion. It's quite common. Arju is the most recent, which has seen huge success. But Oxygen, I've started to level this out. It's not the constant Giants pressure that we had for the first minute of the game. Now, Giants aren't really known for playing a non-stop aggressive, full rotation and offense style. Oh, that's a good shot. Well saved by Samway, and the follow-up is cleared by Wolf towards Stake. Good passing and defense. That actually right there is what Giants have become more known for these days. Yes, they love to get early reads and as many aerials in offense as they can, but their defense has really improved this season, and that is what has enabled them to become one of the best teams in EU.
Oh, it's going to be chased down now. There's only one player back. Stake tries to find his opportunity, bounces all the way through to Zamway. He's going to continue on here, actually. He was unchallenged. Follow-up from Wolf is blocked by Farah. This is good continued pressure, though, from the Giants. And it's been good, actually, to see how they've evolved, because if they try and continue with that full-on pace game, you always get the feeling they're going to be second best to a team like BDS. So you've got to evolve elsewhere. You've got to start seeing if you can find somewhere new that maybe you can become better than a team like BDS to start taking over that #1 spot in the region. So it's going to go straight over to Wolf. Buys the team a bit of time, but he's going to have to hit cleaner than that in the future. Can't afford to be using 2 players all the time for these clearing plays. Now Astral, oh, he's just having a field day with this, isn't he? He's going to keep on going. Easy cross-court transition. And now it's Oxygen's turn to try and put something together. Fake out by Chaussette, didn't quite work. Chaussette also incredibly well known for just varying the pace when he's got a full floor play going. So far, though, for the Giants, this is looking positive. Maybe not going your way just yet in terms of momentum, but the fact that it is 1-1, better than you would have expected.
Certainly, I'm impressed so far. I was saying if I don't need Wolf to come in here and carry this this game for Giants. As long as he looks at home in the lobby, that's all you can ask for. And it's not just you know that I would be indifferent about that kind of performance. I think I would be delighted to see that, and most Giants fans I think would be delighted to see that. Just a solid performance from Wolf, and so far that has been exactly what he has delivered. Wolf into the middle. It's intercepted by Chaussette. But another shot is coming in now, and there's a boosted up stake to look for in the middle. Wolf actually facing the wrong way in defense. Samway is behind him. Oxygen still on the hunt for that late goal. Astral double touch into the middle. It's saved, but only barely. And now Farah to the backboard. That's going to be sent onto the goal line, but it looks like everybody's at home for Giants, at least until now. Chaussette demoed one. Into overtime we go. And Oxygen had a flurry at the end there. We're unable to score.
Huge demo as well. It's going to buy them a little bit of time. Leaves it ball for Stake, who plays off the corner. He's going to try and read it. He's actually got a setup for his team. Samway came in a bit late. Wolf will be the final man back. He moves forward. He can't quite win the challenge, but he does set it up well for Stake, who is constantly going for that backboard, and it almost worked. Astral reacts so quickly. Wolf again the final one back. And this might be a bit of a worry for Giants, is that if they are going to keep leaving Wolf third man, and a player like Chaussette, a player like Astral gets to him, you would be betting on the boys over in blue right now as Wolf goes flying past the ball, required to pull in Stake.
Once again, Giants forced back, but they look comfortable. This is an extremely close game, extremely close series so far. I know that usually Astral loves to play against this Giants team. He'll accept the challenge to race them to every single ball, but even he has not yet found that top speed. He's trying to get that though. A couple of bumps attempted off the back wall. Wolf flies by, and now Farah with a chance to center in reverse. He does so, and Astral will dunk it into the middle. It was an attempted center there for Chaussette. Actually, Wolf and Stake making contact in defense. As this game goes on, it looks more and more uncomfortable for Giants defensively. They're starting to get in each other's way. Oxygen so far have not been able to capitalize on that.
It's very difficult to hold rotation when you can barely hold your controller. I can imagine that those nerves are ridiculous right now.
Oh, yeah.
I can guarantee he was not expecting this at the beginning of the week. And now he is lining up against two DreamHack champions and the European MVP of last season. It is off the wall. Zamway looks to follow. He might actually be able to set up. In comes Stake, but not close enough to him. And I guess again, Wolf all the way back. And this is where you get nervy, because these touches have been a bit loose so far.
Ooh. Still good passing and defense from Giants. They're not panicking with these clears, just finding other vehicles of the same color, or at least similar, to hit the ball towards. You can tell that Oxygen are really trying not to throw away this golden opportunity that they've been gifted, that golden ticket into the top 16. They'll know by the flow of the game that this is such a winnable series. Oh, and it looks like it's coming in for free for Farah. And Oxygen take it 2-1. Giants were trying to play patiently in defense once again, but for once, it has not paid off.
Yeah, they just couldn't quite get the timing. The fact that the shot wasn't too heavy to start with actually helped out Oxygen set that up, because it meant that the clear also couldn't have any power. And for Oxygen, this has been a disciplined performance so far. They realize that they've got a weakened Giants ahead of them, but they're not trying to force the pace of the game. And you almost get the feeling that if they give Giants a little bit more time to question who's supposed to go for something, the more mistakes we're going to see them make.
Yeah, it was actually the kind of the opposite of what I expected. I thought maybe it would take a while for Wolf to warm up to this lobby and to get used to playing at this pace. But initially, everything was just working perfectly for Giants. They were rotating extremely well. They were making use of each other with some brilliant composure and defense, passing the ball off. But yeah, in that overtime, I think that the increased pressure, the extra tension that comes with any overtime at this level, that started to cause problems for Giants. And Wolf, in particular, wasn't able to stay out of the way of his more experienced teammates. We'll see if that continues to occur or if it was just a one-time thing. But still, it's all in Oxygen's favor today. The stars have aligned. Now they just have to connect them together. 2 more games is all they need to make it into the top 16 for the first time. Shot set, 1-0. with a bar down shot, and it continues to swing more and more in Oxygen's favor.
Well, we all know Chaussette can slow play. Nothing slow about that. Thunderous off the crossbar. And Chaussette will give them the 1-goal advantage. This might be a worry for Giants, is the fact that Astral is getting this for free each time he wants it. Whenever he wants to go to the air, he is unchallenged. He's getting the ball where he wants it to be. Chaussette goes for another shot. He's off target. Farah tries to keep that pressure going, and Wolf will clear to the side while Stake was moving in. Another huge demo, and Giants will eventually clear their lines. But Oxygen are getting 2 or 3 waves of offense each and every time so far. And that is a huge jump in from Stake. I don't know where he's off to.
I love this, these goal explosions from Oxygen. And Oxygen are just going to love these goals. Doesn't really matter. That's rather all that matters for them right now. 2-0. Astral collects a bit of a freebie. I said that he loves to race these Giants players to the ball, but you really didn't have to there. It was just all too easy for one of the fastest players in the world.
Over the wall. Stake and Giants have got to try and figure this out nice and quick. They are starting to fall behind here in a day that could get very difficult. Yes, they have got themselves over to the 2-0 side of the bracket. If they do drop this, they're going to be coming up against teams that are on winning streaks. Astral continues to pop off. He is right up there with Alpha right now for best performing players in the day.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. Such an early takeoff by Astral. Huge read. And, you know, so much momentum going into the ball that he could just smash it into the back wall. It's a whiff from Samway, but only because Astral's hit that first touch so hard. There is just no reading it, no keeping up with it. And now it looks like the nerves have fully settled as Oxygen elevate. And Giants unable to keep up in game 2.
Now, Astral already up. He decides to go straight for net, see if he can test the positioning. Giants on very steady legs here in game number 2. Wolf would like to get at least something on the scoreboard. A couple of whiffs. Stake moves in for the double tap, but Astral's already up there. Astral's not getting caught by anything so far this game, but they did manage to catch Bearer of a bump. Moves Wolf in, and his shot is tame and off the side wall.
Yeah, what a chance that was. Wolf looking to get on the score sheet for the first time. It was too easy, all too easy for Oxygen to save. They've had the answer to every move Giants have made so far. I mean, we just saw, you know, a double whiff in Oxygen's defense. That's wide open. Astral saves it. Did he just think a goalkeeper was there, perhaps? He must have. And in fairness, it was wide open. So he probably thought that there was a goalkeeper behind him, just ready to save that, and he wanted to take it away from him. Either that or it was marginally off target, but either way, questionable on the surface. There must be an explanation. Just like the double whiff, you know, it's easily explained by 2 players going for a block and they both just misread each other. That's off the bar. Oxygen aren't satisfied with 3-0.
Oh, they've managed to hit the woodwork. Post crossbar Astral. Can they get themselves that 4th goal? They are definitely hunting for it. Astral bumps Zamboy on his way in. Has he got that? No, it's off the original touch from Farah.
Yep.
Yeah, here we go. I was excited for that one.
There it is. What a finish by Farah. Placement. Absolute perfection. He calculated that from deep in his own half and bounces it into the goal. 4-0. Giants have totally fallen apart, Shogun.
Yeah, they really have. It has got worse as we've gone along, and the more they concede, the more questions they ask themselves. And they've not come up with the right answers so far whatsoever. They're going to get one in.
Okay.
Zamway picks himself up another goal, so continuing where he was in the last game. That is mostly from Chaussette, to be honest. Giants didn't really create that one.
Samway getting his 2nd goal, but this one feels a lot less meaningful than the first one in the first game. I mean, game 1 when Samway double touched for 1-0, that was huge. Oh, pre-jump from Wolf. Look at him go. I like that, you know? The confidence has to be pretty low right now for Wolf and for Giants with the way that Oxygen are playing, but they're still trying to make stuff happen. That pre-jump, you know, is a perfect way to just try and get some momentum back in your side. It hasn't worked, but I still like it. I think that's bold. That's the kind of confidence that I want to see from a new player like Wolf in the scene.
Oxygen have got to be looking at this scoreline right now and just saying, was it really always like this?
Oh,
what have we been
man.
doing all season? Astral, mate.
Too right.
They're on, like, it's fine. You can stop, okay? They don't need this.
Oh, wow. What a banger from Astral. Shot set past that one straight into his path. And Astral didn't slow down for a heartbeat. This has been the difference, I think, that Oxygen have needed. Game 1, they looked pretty scared to lose. They were playing so safe. And now Game 2, I think with that one game advantage, the nerves have been completely settled for Oxygen, and they've just completely let loose and are dominating a matchup which looked pretty even in the first game, at least up until overtime. It was, I'd say, dead even, not just in the scoreline, but in terms of how the play was going. Yeah, what did Giants do from here? You got to remember, they have to play on after this series if this is a losing series for them. If they can't come back, which it really doesn't look like they will, they have to go on to play in the next round against more tough competition. This group is stacked. So far today, yes, Giants have put 2 wins on the board, but those have come at the hands of Game Fist and Game Up. And there's no other teams this name who have the word game in their name. So they've ran out of teams to beat, really.
Yeah, certainly so. I mean, we'll get into the current score lines of the round in just a moment as we start heading towards some of the match-winning score lines that they're getting, but you do look at who is left in this bracket. It is a stacked bracket at that. As we said, that they're coming in winning, and Astral almost added another one to his pile. Doesn't matter who you're against, they all count towards the record books. Ferret takes his time. Ferret's just got 1. Come on, Ferret. Ferret's 1 is off the corner as well. Come on, Ferret, let's pick up your game.
Yeah, the one goal which just bounced in from Timbuktu. You know, Giants trying to get that second one. They don't want to be on the receiving end of a 7-1 scoreline, and they get it, and Samway drops a bumping in the quick chat as well, just to try and get something going. To try and get some kind of either momentum or morale boost. But yeah, it really does look like a totally unwinnable series for them. Like I said earlier, before the series started, I was thinking there's no way Oxygen can throw this opportunity away. Now it's just the same, but tenfold. Like, there's just no way. Not even Oxygen in the season can throw away this glorious opportunity. I would hate to be Giants right now, going into Game 3.
I feel like that last sentence you said, not the 8 to be Giants, that one can get ignored forever. That's sort of like the clip that gets put in before the rest of the montage.
Yeah, it's the moments immediately before disaster.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, even I am fully convinced at this point this should just be walk in the park, really, and this is, you know, no slight against Wolf either. It's just this is the level of Rocket League Esports now. You can't just bring someone different in and expect the same results. It is that difficult at the top of the game.
Yeah, Oxygen look like the real deal here. I mean, I know it's against a substitute edition of Vodafone Giants, but you can still see clearly that Astral is popping off. Chaussette looks confident, and Farah has the best creator code in the game, Airbus. Be sure to support him in the item shop.
Have you noticed his in-game tag, by the way? It's Airhead.
Yeah.
He's fully committing.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Farah hated the Airbus analogy when it first came out, but now he's fully on board with it. He's accepted that it's just not going to go away, and yeah, you can't get rid of it. You might as well join in the train there. Just try and milk it for all it's worth. Okay, this is it. It's time to find out, can Oxygen make stage 2 of a regional event? They're 2-0 ahead of Giants. Giants are playing with a substitute. What more do you need to know? This is it. I don't think we need to see anything more than Aquadome here. If this isn't a 3-0, I'll be surprised. But, you know, Oxygen have had a questionable season at best. And hopefully this isn't going to be another questionable series to add to that questionable season.
Well, speaking of questionable seasons so far, a couple of updates from around the board. Obviously, after this series, we have got Renault Vitality against FC Barcelona, which is going to be a fantastic series, especially with Vitality playing as well as they are. But back in the mid-round matches, especially over at twitch.tv/eLeague TV, a match you can see right now, Dignitas 1-2 down against Team Singularity. So their season might get a little bit rougher if they lose that one. They might drop to 1-2 if they don't take that. We also have a Libertas 2-1 up against Fadeaway. We have game up, currently at 1-1 in their series, and Team Liquid against Triple Trouble is happening later on as that shot will be off the side of the wall. And we are going to continue at 0-0, but Oxygen have the pressure.
A double demo from Astral, ripping open the defense, but the long shot was off target. I don't think that they realized Astral was about to go on a rampage, or they might have shot that with more accuracy. Now Astral misses his return pass to Chaussette, but they should still be totally fine in this position. Chaussette with a long shot, actually. Somehow makes it all the way through. I think Stake decided to leave that to roll into the back wall, knowing it was wide of the target. But, you know, for Giants, they just got destroyed in game 2. I think the best course of action is to try and focus on the defense in this game. Just not even, you know, just play 3 goalkeepers. That's not what I mean at all. I mean, just try to counter what Oxygen are doing in the midfield. Try to stop Oxygen from scoring a whole pile of goals, because there's nothing worse than going into the next round of this competition after getting smashed the last 2 games that you've played. And especially, like we keep saying, for a new player like Wolf, he needs all the confidence he can get. It's a good start to the day, but this has been a rude awakening to just the level that EU has in RLCS X.
You are completely right about that, Johnny, is that no matter what we are seeing, the reality of the situation for Vodafone Giants is very simple. They have to get Wolf another RLCS victory. If they can do that, they head on through as a monstrous save by Wolf.
Oh, it's open!
That'll keep him going, and
Stake
will get it in! And there we go, Vodafone Giants, just like game 1, have got the lead.
It all came together there. Wolf with a big save, Samway with the assist, and Stake gets a bump on Oxygen's third, turns around, and with one touch, finds the back of the open net. This is exactly what they needed. And to get everybody involved in the play is, I think, a big improvement over, you know, that solo play from Samway in the first game. You know, it's great to have those carry moments. Oh, what a save by Astral, just chipping over the incoming attacker. Like I was going to say, though, you know, getting Wolf involved as much as possible has got to be a good thing. This is another chance for him. Maybe Samway's tried to pass into the center for him. Wolf, a bit late to the arrival. Didn't want to commit too early. Chaussette able to clear the ball.
To a corner, chasing it down there. He's going to get the 100 boost, but Samway bumped a little bit. Wolf has a great challenge. He's going to launch the ball to the other side of the field. And again, we're seeing a lot of opportunities, even sort of the garbage time goals that we got in the last game has been a defensive play from Vodafone Giants, followed up by Samway just hustling for it as quickly as he possibly can. And they have got a little bit of success from it as Samway holding himself in the midfield. He's gone chasing again. Yeah,
Samway actually just paused for a second because he realized that there was about to be an Oxygen player flipping and landing on him, so he just stopped to let them trip over him before he would rotate out. And then the ball came his way, so he decided, okay, I'm not going to rotate at all. I'm just going to stay here. Astral, double touch, denied early. Vodafone Giants defending with more speed in this game. There's been far less free aerials for Oxygen to play with. Here's one for Astral, but that's blocked as well. Recoveries are coming in quick for Giants.
Have to try and hold off for this for another minute. You know, the montage editors out there have already got their first clip of that first goal.
Oh, no.
I want to get more and more of them for Oxygen.
Oh, no. Yeah, I can already see it. I should never have opened my mouth in such a way. Oh, great pre-jump save by Samway. At what point do Oxygen start to panic? At what point do they start to think that it might be happening again? Because you would expected them to score by now, you know, put 8 goals past Giants in game 2. Maybe they should have saved some of those for game 3, because Giants defense is looking more solid on this occasion. Astral unable to reach that ball. It rolls through, but again, easily defended by Giants. They're holding strong. 30 seconds remaining. Oxygen looking for that late equalizer.
Oh, but Wolf almost handed it straight over to Astral one more time. Stake back to the corner. They're so desperate to hold on to this, but the lower boost means that Samway has to move on in. 14 seconds. That's a miss from Stake. Farah's going to take his opportunity, but Wolf pounces on him. They're going to keep it out a little bit longer. Stake waits for the 100 boost. And it turns out to be the right decision. They've just got to get this one to hit the floor now. And Vodafone Giants have got the biggest confidence booster. 2-1. Oxygen still have 2 match points. But Vodafone Giants with Wolf at the MVP.
3 crucial saves from Wolf in this game. The biggest one of all, kickstarting their counter-attack that got the 1 goal to win this game. I don't believe it. I actually do not believe it. I refuse to believe this is happening. No way did Giants come back and win this. But yeah, it's not panic time yet for Oxygen. If Vodafone Giants open the scoring in Game 4, I think that is when it becomes officially panic time. This is not ideal. Oxygen had it all going their way. Now the first wrench has been thrown in the plans. That's their the end of their 8-game winning streak on the day.
It certainly is, and it was the introduction of, Route 1 Rocket League. Send it long, have someone run after it. Be interested to see what Vodafone is going to do again. Again, it's just a power clear. They are not messing around. No air dribbles, no midfield challenges to see who's going to follow. Just how hard can I hit this ball? And right now, I don't disagree with that as a strategy.
Very curious to see the playstyle for Oxygen in this game. I think even at this point, they should just go all-out offense like they did in Game 2. It looked like Giants were really struggling to keep up with that. And, with a new player on the roster, it's inevitable you're going to get in each other's way when you're trying to defend at the same speed that Oxygen are attacking you with. But for now, Oxygen they've slowed down slightly. They're moving 2 players forward, but where's the third? Where's that last man? Actually, Farah and Astral colliding near the halfway line. So, absolutely not the same Oxygen that we saw in Game 2. And no cause for concern, no really cause for concern at the moment, but it's not looking great. This is so risky again. The ball's bouncing around near the Oxygen goal with no clear defender. Starting authority on the situation. Chaussette actually panics it. Now it's in the middle. Oh, Wolf is a bit too close to that. Otherwise, he could have really launched a shot on net.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting the play to stick with the player it was. Zamway off the backboard. Wolf will have the opportunity, but Farah there just in time. And this series is evening out a little bit more here, Johnny, as Chaussette has got Astral to aim for, and Astral can't find the net. Follow up from Farah is not in.
What?
Zamway's going to give chase. He couldn't get there in time, but he's going to keep the pressure on. Finally cleared, but there was the trap. And we almost saw Oxygen fall into it.
It was great zero boost dribbling by Chaussette, but Farah and Astral have to realize if Chaussette is centering the ball with no boost. Oh my goodness! Hold that thought. It's another goal for Giants, and this one was definitely an Oxygen blunder. Farah has just whiffed a basic center ball, and I don't know what is happening, Shogun, but what I can tell you is Oxygen appear to be choking once again.
I don't know how to respond. I suppose I don't have to. It's Oxygen that need to figure out how they're going to respond. 1 goal down. The reverse sweep becomes more and more likely as the seconds do tick along here. Got to start finding the net, though. They have good opportunities, and it is a horrid deflection. Leads to an unintentional own goal, but it will be Farah claiming the credit.
That's better positioning from Farah as he launches it into the near post area. I think he had the double touch or the rebound either way, so the own goal pretty inconsequential. That was important. Just like Game 1, Oxygen immediately able to respond to Giants taking the lead. Giants have taken the lead in 3 of these games, actually. Oh, beautiful. Astral fakes the high air dribble, fakes the reset, and goes low with a shot. All it took was 1 Oxygen goal, and now Astral's ready to pop off.
Well, just like his goal explosion, he's raining all over their parade. They were finally starting to get some headway, and then 2 goals back-to-back has now got Giants needing to do the majority of the work. We have not seen them come back from a deficit just yet.
It's been one of those games for Chaussette where he can't find boost anywhere. Every time that I switch to his POV, he's just driving around with no boost or 12 boost, and he's flipping to try and keep up with the play. Not the entire game, but just one of those games where it just keeps on happening to him. Like I was going to mention earlier, if you've got a player on your team who's trying to center the ball with no boost, his recovery is going to be awful. It's going to be really, really slow. So you can't commit too aggressively with your 2 other players unless you know that you're scoring. And that might be a situation here. No, Farah hits a post. Samway going to backflip this straight down the middle. Chance for Giants to establish an offensive play once again. Samway goes himself. He had options in the middle. The flip reset is always a pretty good one for him. Wolf. Gonna look for a second touch here, but Astral gets a pretty good deflection off him. kind bounce, but I think Steak might have played that one a bit awkwardly for himself. He does well. He makes up for his own mistake there, giving away the possession. Now Farah has to half flip out of his aerial. Samway and Steak working it forward. Good coverage by Chaussette on the back wall.
Chaussette flicks over the top. He's got it past 2, and it will be for Farah. Oxygen can breathe a sigh of relief. They might have just put away the resurging Giants.
Beautiful by Chaussette. Pirouette in the air dribble, getting one extra touch that the defense were not ready for. And, you know, Farah had that one mistake to allow Giants to take the lead, but he has been positioning brilliantly to help Oxygen get the goals back. Oh, Wolf with a massive dunk. And he will get at least 1 goal this series. That's huge. That's something to write home about. You just dunked on Astral. Welcome to RLCSX.
Everyone at home, please clip that. For Wolf, all right? He will be very proud when he goes to see that one again, as he should be. Now they've got to focus, though. Just over a minute to find an extra goal. Wolf is already up. He's not going to be able to beat Chaussette, who does take the 100 boost. That sucks for them if they want to try and transition this ball out. It's over to Astral off the post, but there's no way Chaussette's missing that one. It is a tap-in.
Yeah, just an incredible save there. Actually, I don't know if the defense made contact on it. It might have just hit the post purely. But, you know, they were just trying to make themselves as big as possible. Giants knew that shot was going to be impossible to react to, so you just have to throw yourself in the way of it and hope for the best. I don't think a double commit is even wrong in that position, because most of the time, the chaos that ensues will result in the ball bouncing out into the corner. Occasionally, it will stick around in the middle, but it's not normal. But can they get yet another goal back? Samway with a reset. He's gone underneath 1. Chaussette ready to follow up, though. Chaussette has been huge for backboard defense. That's in the middle for Farah. Now he's going to run it clear to the side. And if Oxygen can just keep this under control, they'll be able to win from this position quite easily. Just need to slow down the game, make sure that nothing crazy happens for the next 15 seconds. You know, with Astral playing in your team, it's hard for you to make sure nothing crazy happens. He will probably make something crazy happen every other time he touches the ball.
Certainly is the case. But for today, and for the first time this season, Oxygen will progress to the top 16. They've got a lot more work to do to start hitting the goals that they have set themselves for this season. But this is the perfect step to start setting themselves back on the right track. Johnny, on the other hand, however, for Vodafone Giants, coming out of game 2, I think we're a lot more worried than we are right now. Those last 2 games will be slight confidence boosters for them.
You know, luckily for Giants, they don't desperately need points from these regionals to make the major. Obviously, they're going to still want to get as far into this one as they can. I don't know if this Wolf substitution is, or you know, I don't know the duration that this substitution Wolf in for Tox is going to be for. Is it going to be for the whole weekend? Is it just today? But what I can tell you is that either way, Giants are still going to be a threat to make it out of this group. The group is stacked, but there's plenty inconsistent teams for Giants to pick up wins against. And, you know, they've shown already today that they're still good enough to smash the teams at the bottom end of the standings.
So, quick couple of score updates for everyone. Dignitas have beaten Singularity 3-2. Gamers Up have lost to S2V 1-3. Libertas take down Fadeaway, so Freaky and the rest of the squad now really up against it for the rest of the tournament. And then up next is Team Liquid against Triple Trouble over on the B stream at twitch.tv/ELETV. But when we come back from a quick break, we have got Reno Vitality with Barca Esports. One of those teams is going to join the lads over on Oxygen at 3-0, but we don't know which one it's going to be, so come back to find out which.